All right, good morning and welcome back to the shop. We've got a new week and we've got that body back on the frame, but it's really not on there all the way. We still don't have body mounts under it, and it's gonna have to come back off for a little bit more between frame body work so we can make sure everything lines up. And as a last step of that, I wanna actually get new body mounts under there, line it up, bolt it down, and make sure it's level and looking really good for layout. So what I've got here today is a brand new box of body mounts from LMC and Energy Suspension, and let's get into it and see what it looks like. I also think I might need a little bit of help because there's a lot of hardware in here, so I've just printed off some great figures from LMC Truck where they've taken the time to set out where each of these are gonna go and give me a little bit of a hint, because I don't have an old set that I'm working from, just a partial set. So hopefully we'll go through here, everything's gonna make sense, and we'll get it put together and laid out so we can put it on the truck. So first things first, let's open this up. I've got two things, a bag of hardware from LMC, and then these polyurethane bushings from Energy Suspension. So first look, we've got these sleeves, and we've got lower, upper bushings. That's gonna work out perfect. So here's a full set. We'll count those out in a minute. And then the hardware to match them is gonna be in this bag. It actually came with an instruction sheet that's going to show where some of these go. So positions 1 and 2 are unique, 1 being the core support. Positions 3 through 6 are all the same. So let me just count these out and see if it's going to work out how I think. 3 through 6 look good based on counts. Position 2 is going to have this 40-55 lower bushing and a 40-53 top bushing. So that's what we ran into last week, where position 2 was sitting low. It looks like this position 2 bushing is the thickest of all of them, and the lower bushing is thinner than the rest of them, so that's going to lift that up. And then position 1 is going to be the 40-25 top bushing, we've got that, and the 40-56 lower bushing. So this layout right here is how it's going to look on the truck. Let's count some of these up. Well, let's group these. I'm going to do these pairs outside in, starting with the bottom on the outside. So the frame will go between this lower bushing and upper bushing, of course. And this is the easy part. We still got to get to the hardware. So position 2 is going to use, it's going to use a 7/8 inch OD. So 2 is going to use the same 1.8 that everything else uses. And 1 is going to use a 1.9. 1 being the core support. Now let's jump up and figure out these last washers. The 3-inch outer diameter is going to go on next. That's for the back. And the core support's gonna get this 2.5. Okay, that's the full setup. We've got the full thing lined up. Here's the bottom. Here's where the frame is gonna lay between. On top of the frame that the body will sit on. I think they're gonna go this side down so that it fits into that hole in the body support on the frame. This washer's gonna sit on top of those. And carriage bolts are going to go from the top down. All right, let's see what I have for hardware now. So this is the part I'm worried about. A lot of individually packed hardware. Shims, more shims. Now we're getting into it. You can see there's carriage bolts. Those are going to go somewhere. Let me just sort these things by part number real quick. Okay, we got it all. That's the layout. Let's put some of these together and get it on the truck. It's my dream to be on a Rock Auto magnet someday. Not me, a car. All right, I just put one of the last ones together and here's what we're looking at. top down. Okay, hold the front off. And we'll lift this up and see if we can get some body mounts under there. Okay, we picked it up so we can get the old body mounts off of under it. They're pretty rusted in there, so we got to grind some of them out. We're going to sit it back on the body trailer.
Good?
Yep, keep on moving. Keep going, keep going. All right, it's good. All the carriage bolts are welded on, or tacked on, so I gotta get those. This is what we're up against. These are, the top of the carriage bolts are tacked in here, and then the sleeves below them have just sort of rusted on. So we're grinding these and pulling and chiseling them up.
You want to try to get some WD-40 down in there to soak?
Sure.
Not on the run.
Okay, now we're sitting these body mounts on there, getting them lined up. So here's number 4 in position 3. It's just a washer and the top polyurethane hockey puck that's going to go on top. These polyurethane discs come in 2 different colors, red and black. And I was trying to figure out if that's just because some people like red parts and some people like black ones on their cars. But when I was looking into it, there's a difference. The black ones are graphite infused, so they're self-lubricating. Yep. The red ones, I think you've got to grease. So these shouldn't squeak, but the red ones might squeak. Oh. I don't know what the benefit of the red ones are. Maybe there's a benefit. Maybe those ones are for racing. Maybe they're stiffer. So 3 has a spacer on it. When we just pulled all those off the frame, position 3 was the only one that had old spacers under it. Yep. So that looks like it lines up. We've got one more position for the body. That's that one right there. And these ones are hefty. The disc is a lot thicker.
Well,
and
so
there's another
block, but it actually requires a thicker one than that.
Yeah, so perfect. And then the little washer goes on the bolt above the body. So we've got all the body positions in place. We'll have a little bit of a challenge bringing this over here and getting it on there. When we were testing, we put this little block under here, and we noticed the front was really low still, touching the back of the engine. So we actually needed quite a bit more than that little block to hold it up. So hopefully that'll solve that problem and give us a little more space. Okay, we're gonna bring it back over and sit it on there. All right, we're bringing it over. I pulled the shifter lever off so it's not in the way. You know, we should put, these big ones through, yeah. I'm not gonna be able to reach mine though.
Uh-oh.
We can, was that full of stuff? Okay, we got those first bolts sticking through, B. And we've got all the spacers on here on the frame. So we're gonna set it down.
A bump for me.
Ready? Going down?
Okay. Yeah, just come down another bump and then we'll see where we're at.
Ready to drop?
Yep.
This one's lining up really nice.
This one's not looking too bad at all. Everything's in the hole.
Tapping down.
That's good. Come on down.
So we got it lined up. Now we're just going through, getting these sleeves in, getting the bottom on it, getting it bolted up. So the hoist is holding slight pressure off the body. So that's how they end up looking. That one's not tightened yet. All right, the last thing I'm doing under here is just tightening these up, just bringing them down to take up any slack. I suppose the last thing I'll do is I'll take off this roll bar, which is right here, these two, and then maybe peel off a wheel well, see what we're dealing with under there. Okay, so we got all those mounts under there. I threw these front ones in there. You can see kind of what it looks like when it's all pieced together. Pretty simple. But the back is looking all good. It actually leveled up really nice. And we didn't have to bend the body. The body ended up fitting just kind of how it seemed like it should. And everything looked good. Okay, we're just gonna pull the hoist or the roll bar out of there real quick so we can get to the wheel wells. Okay, we got the roll bar off and stowed, and it looks way cool without it. We've just got these wheel wells to work around. The back of the bed has a little bit of trouble right there, but otherwise it's really not that bad. It's really solid. All those shiny new carriage bolts turned out looking really good. The body turned out really straight, so we've just got a little bit more work to do to get this bed straightened up, and then we can figure out how we're gonna do body work. I think real quick before I clean up, I just gotta look under these fender wells. So I'm gonna get in this other side and see if this will come out. Is that top spinning?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Man, maybe we should just soak these all. It'll be a lot harder once those tops start spinning. That'll be frustrating. Okay, we're just gonna soak these and then we'll look at this next time. Thanks for watching. Let's get these body mounts on there. It turned out a lot straighter than I was worried, and I think we're ready to make some big progress going forward.